Hi, my name is Gurjit Pandher. I'm a senior attorney here at the Nieves Law Firm. I'm here to talk to you about the life cycle of a juvenile case. As with most criminal charges, the life cycle generally starts with an investigation or an arrest or an arrest. At the time of the arrest, the officer with a juvenile, so an individual from 12 to 17 years old, can make a determination if they just want to release the individual with a reprimand, if they want to issue a citation and release the individual to come back to court at a later date, or if they want to take the individual to detention or to take them to juvenile hall. If they choose to take the individual to juvenile hall, then once again there's another layer where somebody has discretion. They make a determination, the intake individual at the juvenile hall, whether or not that individual should be released with a date to reappear, or whether or not they should be taken into custody. Probation also gets involved at this point to determine whether or not you should be released, or whether or not you should be held. And probation makes this determination at the detention hearing, prior to the detention hearing, so the judge can make a determination on detention at the detention hearing. If you are over 16 and if there is a charge that is very serious, like a murder or a sex offense or an arson or something that is deemed to be serious, then they can have a transfer hearing after they do the detention hearing. A transfer hearing determines whether or not that 16-year-old charged with that serious crime is going to be transferred to adult court. If you are not transferred, or if you're not over 16, or if you don't have one of those offenses and you're proceeding down this life cycle, the next step would be an adjudication. An adjudication is essentially a trial before a judge. As a juvenile, you do not have a right to a jury trial. One of the many reasons why is that they feel that the juvenile system is a rehabilitative system and the adult system is a punitive system. So you're trying to rehabilitate a juvenile, but you're trying to punish an adult. If the petition is sustained, and the petition is essentially if the DA files charges and the court finds that the petition, there's proof beyond a reasonable doubt, and the petition is sustained, the last aspect of the life cycle is essentially a disposition hearing. And a disposition hearing is where the judge determines what the consequences of having the petition sustained is. Essentially a sentencing hearing. There's a number of dispositions that can occur. Prior to a petition being filed, probation can make a determination to divert you prior to a petition being filed. In the diversion, they can put you in many different programs or camps to help you try and rehabilitate that juvenile to make sure they don't commit that crime again. If, in fact, a petition is filed, there is a informal probation where a diversion for 6 months, where once again they put you through a number of different programs to see if they can rehabilitate you. There's a deferred entry of judgment. A lot of times they do this on first-time felonies that aren't serious. That can be anywhere from 12 to 36 months. And finally, there is a formal probation while you're at home, or they can send you to a camp. At that point, you become a ward of the court. That generally occurs after an adjudication occurs. And finally, in some of the more serious cases of the more serious individuals that have been to the rehabilitative process a number of times, you'd get sent to the California Youth Authority, which is essentially juvenile prison. While you're on probation, you can be sanctioned. You can be sanctioned if you don't follow the rules. They can sanction you with payment of fines or restitution. They can sanction you with community service or to attend some sort of victim impact class. They can sanction you by placement in foster care, probation or parole conditions. They can sanction you. They can commit you to a camp or juvenile hall. They can put you in detention. So there's many different things that can happen to a juvenile while they're in juvenile court during the life cycle. Call us here at Nieves Law Firm. We're happy to help. We can assist you and to navigate this important process. Although this system is designed to rehabilitate, it's not always what happens, and so we're here to help.